Hey everybody, it's Fernando from SST with a really special video about a topic we get so many calls about. Oh my goodness, so many of you have called us and you're in a frightful fit. Why is my biofeedback device or why is my biofeedback system no longer working? It was working fine with my last client, or it was working fine the last time I used my system, but why is it not working now? So let me go through about the top 10, 12 reasons that might be the reason that you just need to figure out so you can get your system up and running. In no particular order, let's just start with the first one. Number one is your USB port or your connection port on the back broken or damaged or in need of repair or stretched out. So what you might find happens over time of you being a successful practitioner and unplugging and plugging and disconnecting your connector cable, that the USB port has really stretched out over time and that needs to be replaced. That USB port needs to be nice and tight and with no wiggle in it or very minimal wiggle, because that can be causing you to have connectivity issues that can cause your system not to work. What else? Well, some people have also broken the USB port in a variety of ways, whether the solder points are completely broken so it's no longer connected to the board inside the device, or inside the USB port is a wafer board, and some of you have broken off the wafer board. Most likely because you were plugging in the cord upside down, and so that your wafer board has broken off. So what you might see is the 4 connector pins inside. They look like little golden fingers. Some of you have broken those, bent those, and so that needs to be replaced as well. Now with some of you, you use the power switch on your device, and then that can stop working. Some of you can go like this and you can really feel it shift and wiggle. And if that needs to be replaced, that can be causing your system not to work as well. So that's the device. Those things we just talked about can be the case with all of the devices that we take care of here at SST. What else? What about the USB port on your laptop, on your computer? Some of you, again, that USB port may have stretched out, it may have broke. So if it's stretched, maybe all you need to do is switch it, try plugging your device to a different USB port on your computer, set the to the correct COM port, and boom, you're up and running again. But then others of you have maybe broke the USB port on your computer, whether broke to the point where it can be repaired, but some of you have also broken them to the point where either the motherboard or the daughter board inside the computer has to be replaced. Or some of you have also completely destroyed your laptop. Maybe you've poured coffee on it. I'm sorry. Maybe you spilled coffee or water or juice or pop on your computer and your computer no longer works. That would make your biofeedback system not work as well. So that could be an issue. What about the connector cable that you use? Some of you are trying to still use the original cord that came with your device, maybe from 5 to 10 years ago. That could be a reason why you want to have them replaced. Some of the ones we've seen come in they're broken right here at this end. They're broken or bent really bad here. They're broken or bent somewhere in the middle. We've had cords come in full of teeth marks, and you wonder why the cord doesn't work. Now, others of you have got a device that needs to be plugged in with a power cord, and you need to have a USB to serial connector cable. So let's talk about this one. The power cords can and will go bad over a long period of time. If you're using a Skio that you're the original owner of that takes a power cord and possibly batteries, well, the odds are that 12-year-old power cord may need to be replaced. Now, others of you, maybe you just accidentally bumped off the end if yours has a replaceable tip. Well, guess what? You have 2 ways to put this on, the right way or the wrong way. So if you maybe disconnected the tip, all you gotta do is disconnect it and switch it 180 degrees and pop it back on, and that might be your problem. But others of you have maybe got the cord where you have to set the voltage and it got bumped to too low of a voltage. It should be set between 9 and 12 volts, but if you look at the back of your serial port Skio, there'll be a little graphic that tells you what voltage to set it at. So maybe you have it set too low. Some of you have got a power cord that has a little indicator light, whether it's green or yellow, and if it doesn't light up when you plug it in, that could be another indication you need to replace it. Others of you might be just trying to plug in your system into an outlet or a power strip or a surge suppressor that no longer functions, or the particular outlet itself needs to be replaced. So keep that in mind to check that. Now let's talk about the USB to serial cable. Now some of you have been maybe using the same cable for many years. Well, about a year or so ago for Microsoft Windows, there was a pretty serious update that made these older USB to serial cables no longer work. So we actually sell the new correct USB to serial cables on our website that actually function perfectly with Windows 10. That might be an issue that you're finding. Next, let's talk about just when you open up the software. Number one, if you have Windows 8 or Windows 10, if you installed your biofeedback software properly, when you go to click on your biofeedback software, you should get a pop-up that says, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your computer? You must click yes if you installed the software properly. If you're clicking no, that can be causing you problems. Next, when you set up your device properly with your computer, you went into the control panel, into Device Manager, to set it to the correct COM port. We've seen Windows updates change that COM port setting. We've actually seen the effects of a previous client change that COM port setting. So you might just need to go in there, check it, and reset it to the correct settings. Another thing that we do when we properly install the software is you have to set the interface type. Now the interface type has been affected by Windows updates, and it's also been affected by the previous client's effect on your biofeedback system. So we've seen that happen. So just make sure you go back and maybe set your interface type settings again. Next, I made that comment about if you're using Windows 8 or Windows 10, when you go to open up the software, you should get a pop-up that says, do you want to allow this app to make changes? Click yes. If you don't get that, then most likely your user account control settings or UAC settings were set incorrectly, and that could be causing you problems. Next, some of you have gotten antiviruses that are not recommended, and they actually cause the software to not function properly, and they sometimes will look at our biofeedback software or portions of it as a virus or a malware and will not let it function. So you may be using an inappropriate antivirus. Now, next, some people have tried to get around updating to the newest compliant software, and what they've done is with their Microsoft Windows computer, they've started backdating, and they've maybe been backdating for years to the point where eventually the Microsoft Windows operating system has degraded to the point of not really functioning properly, and Windows will need to be reinstalled on that computer. Next, we here at SST recommend that you do your Microsoft Windows updates at least once a month, but some of you have done your updates out of order, and that has caused some problems. Now let's say you've gone through and you've said yes to every one of the questions that I've asked. Yes, 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 it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Well, as kind of a last resort, take your device and the connector cable and go plug it into another computer. Look in Control Panel, look in Device Manager, and if it was discovered by that computer, that tells you something. There's a problem with your biofeedback computer because we know that the device was discovered by the other computer. Do you see how we figured that out? So that can be your sign there. So to conclude, you must ask yourself, am I using a biofeedback software version that is no longer supported and may have expired? That can be an issue. Are you using a type of computer that is not supported for running the biofeedback software? And are you using a Microsoft Windows operating system that is no longer supported, and that can be causing you a problem? So if you need help with any of these questions, we have plenty of how-to videos and articles in our member portal, as well as on our YouTube channel. And let's say, though, you're just not comfortable being a computer tech of your own system. We here at SST have got a monthly webinar series called Computer Training, where we cover a topic in an easy to follow format. And those are paid for webinars that can help you become more proficient at being your own computer technician. And then as well as being a good, solid biofeedback technician, we've got our weekly SST Hangouts, which are our free Hangout webinar that's for our members. And then we've also got the biofeedback training webinars and the biofeedback training tour. Those are available, and those are paid for training events. Now, for those of you that made it to this part of the video, we've got something fun for you to watch. We get a lot of calls about why is my biofeedback software not working, and we have to go through a lot of troubleshooting with people. And so we did about 4 reenactments videos for you to watch here. Now, I must warn you that you might find some of these videos to be rather shocking, and just know that no usable, functional biofeedback devices were injured or damaged in the making of these videos. Thanks so much for watching. This is Fernando. Have a great day.
Hey Fernando, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Test this device for me, all right?
Okay.
Okay,
I'll check it out.
Yeah, put it back together and let me know if it's okay.
Okay, sure thing.
Hey Fernando, my hands are full. Can you pick that up for me?
Sure.
Hey Debbie, whose device is this right here? Oh, whoops. Whose is that?
No one's now. We'll have to buy him a new one.
No, it'll be fine. Just wipe the stuff off it and it'll be fine.
John, I got somebody on the phone that needs to talk to you about getting their device repaired. Could you take the phone call, please?
Yeah, hold on just a second.
Oh, be right there.